Fala aí galera, tudo certo com vocês? Sou o Vinícius, Curva de Mana aqui, e a gente veio aqui para a Arena Max5 na Moca porque a gente veio cobrir a Star Ladder que está rolando aí a etapa das Américas, certo? Então, quais são os jogos que estão sendo disputados nessa Star Ladder? Então tá rolando partida de Hearthstone, Counter-Strike, StarCraft e também de Dota 2. Como você querido leitor, já sabe, o nosso foco é sobre o Hearthstone. E tem 2 canadenses e 2 americanos que vieram para a etapa, dois deles jogaram ontem, os outros 2 estão jogando hoje. E em breve a gente vai trazer entrevista para vocês, beleza? Valeu e até mais! Fala rapaz, tudo certo aí com vocês? Aqui é o Vinícius, Pepelegal do Curva de Mana. E hoje a gente tá aqui, a gente vai entrevistar o Talion, que é do Canadá. Ontem o cara simplesmente fez um massacre aqui. Ontem ele só meteu 5-0 e já tá classificado. Então a gente vai agora trocar uma ideia com ele aqui rapidão, falar um pouquinho sobre como foi a performance dele ontem, saber mais algumas coisas sobre a vida dele, ok? Ok, man, first of all, thanks for considering this interview.
Yeah, thanks for having
me. Us, okay. I want to know your name, your age, and the place where you live.
My name is Fred Yu, I'm 25, and I live in Oakville, Ontario, Canada.
Okay, nice. Do you play Hearthstone since the beginning or since the beta?
No, actually, I started playing shortly after the release of Nax, so like late 2014.
Okay. Okay, nice. Most of Hearthstone players, they started playing Magic or Yu-Gi-Oh, and then they came to the Hearthstone. Is this same scenario applies to you or no?
Yeah, actually funny you mentioned that because this does apply to me. I played Magic for on and off for about 10 years before starting Hearthstone. Yeah, and like I haven't played Magic since I started Hearthstone, but when I played Magic, two of the Brazilian players, Will Ito and PV, made a big influence in my game as far as Magic goes. Yeah, so yeah, I definitely played a lot of Magic prior to Hearthstone.
Okay, nice. And how was your preparation for this event?
So this event is kind of interesting in the sense that we knew that there was going to be nerfs happening in regards to some of the Shaman and Warrior cards. So at first, I really just watched a lot. I looked at what other people are doing because in a new format, there's a lot of new information to digest. And if you just go ahead and try to do it yourself, it's a lot of work. You have to give some time, let everyone figure it out. So for most of my practice, I just read, watched, and see what other people did, and see what I liked and what I didn't like. And after that, when I knew what the strongest strategies were, funny enough, they were still just the Shaman, Druid, and Warrior. I think they were still strong strategy. Then I went ahead and tried to find the best list that I could, and bring those lists here.
Okay. Yesterday you just played 5 matches and you won all the 5 matches.
Yes.
Is there any match that you want to talk about?
So I think yesterday most of my matches, I had 2 matches that were pretty close that went to 3-2. And I had 2 matches that weren't very close that went 3-0. Overall, I don't really remember anything that's too memorable. I definitely made a lot of mistakes, but luckily my mistakes didn't cost me a lot. Maybe I lost a game here and there, but didn't lose the match. And the games I won, I felt most of them I played very well.
And what do you have to say about the Yogg nerf?
I think it's definitely a nerf in the sense that it makes the card weaker, but not absolutely unplayable. In the past, we've seen Blizzard make nerfs where they just make the cards absolutely unplayable. For example, with like Warsong Commander and like Starving Buzzard. But in the sense of Yogg, like it's still really early in the nerf that we don't know if Yogg is still playable or not. People have been experimenting with it. You can see in this tournament, some people chose to bring Yogg, while other people decided to leave it at home. I decided not to play Yogg because I figured in this field I should just play the most consistent decks, and I should probably be able to advance through to the next round.
Okay, nice. And tell to the public, to the people that are watching this interview, the decks that you brought, and what was the main strategy?
Yeah, like I said earlier, I just wanted consistent strategies. I brought both Melee Druid and Control Warrior, which usually does play Yogg prior to the Yogg nerf, but I decided that I didn't want to take the chance. I didn't want to play a 10 mana do nothing. So I decided to cut Yogg. And because Yogg is cut from the deck, you have to change your deck composition. Like Melee Druid, for example, can just before the Yogg nerf could just disregard the board, and because they always have the Hail Mary in Yogg to kind of save them, wipe the opponent's board and just win the game. But now that Druid does not play Yogg, it actually has to play more cards to address the board, which is why we see cards like Baron Geddon, we see cards like just more early game and Mulch to deal with the big problematic minions. My personal approach in Druid is to play Druid of the Claw. I think it's very good against Shaman. Shaman's 0/3 totems like Flame Tongue and Mana Tide are very threatening to you, and having the flexibility on Druid of the Claw is very good. It also usually comes down for Azure Drake, and as a 4/6 against a 4/4, it does very well. So that's kind of my solution to Druid. I also brought mid-range Shaman, which is just a very, very solid deck right now.
Okay, man, very nice. Did you have time to study your opponent's decks?
Yeah, absolutely. So as soon as they sent us the deck list of all the players, I pretty much just paid attention, tried to study everyone's decks, and unsurprisingly, everybody brought pretty similar decks. There was a ton of Shaman, ton of Warrior, ton of Druid, but I really do like playing these mirror matches, especially like Warrior and Druid. These games go long, so when a game goes long, then you have more decisions, and when there's more decision to be made, then if you make fewer mistakes, then you're probably going to win more over a long period of time. So I wasn't too concerned about the mirrors. I felt like I had a good grasp of the mirror match, or like even just Shaman versus Warrior, or like just matchups, the matchups between these three decks. I've been playing these three decks like even before the nerf, and to a lot of success. So I was very confident with my ability in piloting these three decks.
Yeah, for sure, this is a differential. If you know what your opponent is planning to do, and you have the counter.
Yes.
So it makes things easier, right?
Mm-hmm, absolutely.
Okay. And what is your opinion about this event here in São Paulo?
Yeah, actually, I think this event's really well run. I feel like all the players here are super friendly. The staff put in a lot of hard work to make this event happen. I feel really catered to, like really feel like a guest, and just everything about this event so far, I've been loving it.
And is it the first time that you come to São Paulo?
Yeah, it's the first time in São Paulo, first time in Brazil, first time in the Southern Hemisphere. So it's a brand new experience for me. I love trying out new things, love to go in new places. So I'm definitely really happy that we were able to come down to Brazil for this event.
Okay, man, very nice. And what is your favorite class and card?
Okay, so I generally try to play all the classes. I like to be at least proficient with all the classes rather than be a specialist in one class. But if I were to pick a favorite class, I'd probably have to say Warrior. Mostly because I think Warrior has a lot of plays to it. It's very flexible. You can build it with aggro, mid-range, control, although most people play control. It's just very flexible. The class cards are very powerful. So yeah, I would say Warrior is my favorite class. As for favorite cards, I got quite a few. Most recently, I would probably say Alexstrasza, just for the fact it's a very powerful effect. I like powerful cards. It's just so flexible, especially in Control Warrior. But if we're going back to, say, Wild, then I really like Lotheb. I think Lotheb is one of the cards that can interact with the opponent, and that's one of the rare effects that does. And I think it makes the game just more interactive when you can like spoil the opponent's plan. So yeah, I would say Lothep's my favorite card in WoW.
Okay, nice. And do you play any other competitive games or casual games?
No, I play a lot of card game. Like I said, I have some Magic the Gathering experience, but haven't really played since I started Hearthstone. And I find like I'd rather be good at one thing than to be like mediocre in like multiple things. So I try to focus on Hearthstone only. Maybe in the future, when there's like other games or like when Hearthstone's slowing down a little bit, we can start branching out to other games. So that's definitely a possibility in the future. But currently, I'm just focusing on Hearthstone.
Okay. What do you like to do on your free time?
Well, I mean, I have to
besides playing Hearthstone and Magic.
Yeah, I mean, I like going out a lot. I like hanging out with friends. I love socializing. When me and my friends we get together, we usually we hang out pretty often. Like to go watch movies and just be like up to date with the things in the world. Travel if permitted. Granted, like travel comes along with the event, so that's really nice. Definitely a big perk to like playing competitive Hearthstone. Yeah.
Okay, now I want you to leave a message to your supporters and to the Brazilian people that are watching this interview.
Message. Okay, so I can leave any kind of message, but I think for striving competitive Hearthstone players, just work really hard, practice, have a strong attitude, don't let the bad RNG get to you, just carry on and persevere and you will succeed.
Okay, do you know any words in Portuguese already or no?
So I've learned one word since coming to Brazil, and
what
that's
is the word?
Agua.
Agua.
Yeah.
Agua is water, yeah.
Yes, it's water. I'm glad you understood.
It was very nice, yeah.
I was kind of scared that you wouldn't understand it. It's like, what's he talking about? But yeah, I drink a ton of water, and I'm always looking for water, like at the event or like at any restaurant. So yeah, it was definitely a useful word to learn for me.
Okay, can we make a little game now? I'm going to say one thing in Portuguese and say after me, okay?
Okay, this
No, don't worry. No, relax,
Okay.
relax, okay? Vai Corinthians.
Vai Corinthians.
Essa foi a entrevista com o Talion. Valeu, rapaziada. Até a próxima aí.